Hello, you guys! How are you? Oh my gosh, was it like a long summer or a really short summer? Like, did it fly by? Or you're like, oh my goodness, can we please be over with this? Mine was kind of like, I feel like a little bit of both. July was kind of insane. And August, well, my kids start school in August. It's really different here in Tennessee. But how are you? I missed you. Did you miss us? Thank you for still tuning in and watching our favorite shows and those bloopers. Those girls are pretty funny over there in that studio. I cannot wait to join them someday, and I will when I get back to Canada. And oh my goodness, tell me right now you read all the blog posts from Jen Lawrence. She's so good. Oh, I just love it. It was just so good for the heart. And so thank you for allowing us some time off this summer to just be with our families and just do what we needed to do, rest a little bit. Although, I don't know, like when you have children, is rest a real word? I don't know. You guys, we had 28 straight days of company. I am not joking. 2 different groups of company, and then it overlapped a little bit, 28 straight days. And they were all teenagers, which was actually so good. At one point in this house, we had 4 16-year-olds, 3 visiting from Canada, and my son, and 2 boys, and then 2 13-year-old girls. Mm-hmm. Yes, I'm not lying. Yeah. So that was awesome. It actually was awesome. They were all such great kids, but like Austin and Rocco and Nathan and Gabrielle all like took time off from their jobs and from their summer to just come hang out with my kids because they missed them. Like, that's so cool. I love the teenagers. I love them. They're good people and they're really funny. And so we had a really good time with them. Man, oh man, they're a hoot. And so that kind of went by fast. And just like, wow, okay, we can do this. And then my friend Nadia came to visit for a few days. My husband is like, I've seen more Canadians in our house than actually in the country of Canada. Which is so good for him because we're getting him now to start to say some right words like out and about, which we get made fun of here all the time. Anyhow, so that was good. And then August, like I said, in Tennessee here in the South, school starts in August. So August 10th, school actually began. And it's so weird. It still throws me off. I'm like, no, Labor Day is the end of summer. Like that's what it is. You start school the next day. You don't wear white anymore. Labor Day, that's it. And, already the air smells different, like fall. You can smell it. And so, September starts here, and I'm looking at the kids like, do you need a sweater? Do you need a jacket? They're like, it's 80 degrees outside. Like, we live in the South. There's no sweaters. I'm like, oh, yeah, okay. So I'm just kind of still some things I'm not really used to yet. But, okay, so now we're in September, and it's good, and I love the start of school, not just for the kids, because they need to go, and not like, you know what I mean? They need to learn. It's good for them. But it also just feels like new beginnings for me, like I do love spontaneity, I do, but I love routine. I need to know. I have my book, and I have everything written down, like I just thrive on that, like this and this, Taco Tuesday, Pasta Wednesday, blah, 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 all that stuff. So I just really love it. And it's usually kind of like a new start in a way. Like I write out goals for January 1st. I don't even know why I do that anymore. But I also do it in September because it just feels like, you know what? Here we are. Just a fresh time just to get back into the real life. I'm not that summer's not real. So, yeah, but I just kind of have been struggling a little bit. How are you guys doing? I have, life is great, actually. Like, it is good. We love Tennessee. I love our life here. I love my husband. He's the greatest guy, you guys. He's just such a gift from God. He's so funny every day. Doesn't matter if his day's been super stressful. it does not matter that we have 4 teenagers. He just every single day manages to make us belly laugh. Like, it's just so good to have him in our lives. And I'm just so grateful for that. But sometimes when you move far away, or maybe even if you don't, do you feel like sometimes you're just like, who am I again? Have I lost a little bit of myself? Can I just tell you how many times I have written out exercise routines in my day planner, and how many times I have not followed through with it in the last couple months? No word of a lie. My day planner is like, whatever I'm supposed to do that day. Nope. Do you know how many diets I have written out? Nope. Still eating the Southern barbecue. It's good stuff. Like, I'm just like, and then I have struggled with, well, am I significant, anymore? Like, in Canada, we volunteered at so many things. I sang at my church. I knew everybody at my kid's school. And here, I'm like, I don't know very many people at all. I can walk into the church and out of the church and not know anyone. It's a big church. I don't know anyone at my children's schools because they're massive. And I'm just like, so okay. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not bored. I have 3 jobs right now and 4 teenagers that want to be fed and a husband. And sometimes I go, there's another person that I need to discuss this with. Because, when you're a single mom for 7 years and you're just making the decisions, you go, oh yeah, there's you. That's right. So I think I've just been kind of in my head with all the craziness, and there's still been crazy. There's still been like some immigration stuff we have finished up, which is so awesome, and it's gone well, but it's just, was still there, and just still finding our groove. We're still finding our groove. It's good, but when you're in it, you're like, and I've never used GPS more in my life to try to find my way around places, and I feel like almost like a loser, because I'm like, I've been here for a year, I should know more than what I know, and I don't. And what I'm learning is I think that's okay. I think that's okay. And I think it's okay to actually lose ourselves a little bit also. I was watching the girls on Monday just talk about summer and, and just the things they've learned, and just even about learning to rest and self-care and all of those things which are important. But I'm like, what would I say? I mean, what is my verse? They all have verses. They're so good. And, I just feel like, okay, I am enough for today. I may not be where I was before. Certainly I'm not. I may not be where I feel like I should be or want to be, but that's okay, because I think God is doing a little bit of a work in me. Do I think self-care is important? I do. And that is why I'm drinking a green smoothie. And it's actually very good. But for the next 10 days, I'm drinking green smoothies because I feel like it's important for my body. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to do it for me. I already get up at 5 a.m. This whole house gets up at 5 a.m. Because we have to, because the mornings, school starts very early here. So if I work out today, I'm going to go, well done. If I don't, that's okay. Maybe I'll go for a walk later. I think I'm just learning right now I need to relax on my own expectations of myself, because there are people in this house that are fed. There are people in this house that are hugged and that are loved. And right now, that's who I need to be for them. And sometimes, why do we feel like that's just not enough when that is more than enough? It is more than enough that I am very lucky to have my jobs. I work all from home. So I am very grateful for that. I know that's not the case for most people, but it is enough that, the kids walk home from school, get home from school, and I get to say hello and hug them. It is enough that I have 2 amazing stepsons that walk through the door because they're hungry, because we're all hungry, and I get to feed them and give them a big hug and tell them I love them. And same with my husband. When he walks through that door at the end of a long day, I get to just go, hey, how you doing? Give him a big old slobbery kiss and feed the man. Now, you all know how much I love to cook. I don't love to cook. But this is where God has me right now. So I was listening to the girls and they were so inspiring on Monday. And then on Wednesday, did you see Peter Marshall on Wednesday and his testimony and how just, sometimes God just gets a hold of us and takes us to this deep place in him and maybe strips away everything so that we can just be with him. And then, like Peter said, he goes, after that encounter with God and sold my businesses and stuff, it wasn't for like 5 years before I knew really where God wanted me to be. And all of this has so resonated with me this week. And I don't know where you're at, and I'm just spilling my guts out about where I'm at. And but I just feel like wherever you are at, maybe you're in the same place I am, or maybe you just so totally know. But guys, I'm just going to just be who I am at this moment. I was going through some old Facebook posts and stuff, and I stumbled upon this one that I posted several years ago, and they are words that were written by my friend Ann Maines. Don't we love Ann Maines? In one of her books, and it says this: for any of us to grasp the understanding of our identity, we have to let go. Let go of all our titles. Let go of all our accomplishments and our fears. Let go of all we appear to be. To reduce ourselves to nothing more than simply me and hand the simple, bare self over to God. When we do, he will give us something priceless in return. He will give us himself. He will give us significance, and we will realize that our identity is no longer found in who we are. It isn't even in who we are in God. Our identity, our significance is and forevermore shall be in who he is in us. Oh, that just went down into every core in my body. I went, it's who he is in us. It's who he is in us. And you know what? That's good. That's okay. And so I may feel maybe I've lost a bit of maybe who I was, or my identity was wrapped up in what I was doing, and that's not what it is. It's not ever what it is. It's who he is in me. And you know who he is in me right now? A mom that's just going to make dinner, even when she doesn't like to. A mom that's just going to hug her kids. A mom who's going to pray over the socks that come out of the laundry because I know there's champion kids in my house. And maybe I just need to be the praying mom and the praying wife and the praying stepmom for the people in my house. Because who knows where God is taking them, and if I am the one that is here praying for my people, and it starts right here in this house, and it starts right here with who God is in me, that is all I need right now. That is who I am. And that is the greatest identity I feel like I can have. And so that's kind of where I'm at. That's where I'm at. Who are you? Who do you want to be? I just want to be who he wants to be in me. I just want to say hi to people. I want to love them. I want to be kind. I want to start right here in my house. So we need you. We need you to be you and who God is through you. Oh, I just think that's the self-care that I'm going to pursue this fall. It's just letting go and giving this bare me over to God, and in letting go of it all, just being able to be freely this gal every day. In my house, for this family, doing the laundry, cleaning up, loading the dishwasher, drinking my smoothies. God, whoever you are in me, can you just please let that shine every day? So, I would love to hear your journey this fall. What is your verse? I haven't picked a verse like the girls have. These words from Anne just kind of gripped me, and I will. And maybe next week or so, maybe we'll chat about that. But I'd love to hear where you're at. Are you feeling a little bit lost? Then just let it go. Let God just breathe who he is through you. And just in that, whoo. Yeah, that's where I'm at. So here we are. It's exciting, you guys. And God is so gracious and so good, and he just unfolds his grace over us every day, right, to continue to walk this way. So let me just encourage you wherever you're at. I don't know if you feel like me, if you're like, you're wacko, kid. Regardless, we just need to be who God is in us. And we need to keep praying over the socks. Amen. Mwah. Gals, I love you so much. Thank you so much that you are just part of the journey and that we're just in this together. I'll see you soon.